Hello friends, welcome to Azure 204, Lab 10, Exercise 3. So here is the lab scenario, and so far we are done with Exercise 1 and Exercise 2. In this video we'll work on Exercise 3. So basically we are going to write some code. Okay, so let's go to the instruction page. Okay, so Exercise 3 it says publish event grid events from .NET. So task 1 is to create a new .NET project. So we need to go to the VS Code and we need to go and open folder lab 10 starter event publisher. Okay, so let me just go and start VS Code first. Okay, let me make it big. Now I need to open a folder, so I'll just go here, open folder, need to go to the lab 10 starter event publisher and then select. Okay, so let me close this one. Now here I'll just open the terminal. Now next is to run this particular command, and this particular command will go and create a new project inside our folder. So I'll copy this command, I'll go back to the VS Code and I'll paste the command here. Let me hit enter. Okay, so it's good. Now let's go back to the browser. It says now next thing that at the command prompt we need to run this particular command so that we can add this particular namespace or package microsoft.azure.event-grid. Okay, why? Because this particular package has all the classes or supporting libraries that we would need to connect our event grid topic. So it's done. Let's go back. Now we need to run this particular command called .NET build just to make sure that everything is good. So what I will do is let me just run this particular command clear, and now I'll run .NET build. I am not expecting any errors in the project. So it says build succeeded, zero warnings, zero errors. So we are good. Now task 2, it says that modify the program class to connect to event grid. So we need to go back to the VS Code, open program.cs file, and then delete all the code which is there, and then add these two namespaces in the program.cs file. Okay, so let me just go and open program.cs. I'll just delete everything from here and I'll paste these two namespaces, control S. So go back to the browser. Now again we need to add these few more built-in namespaces. So I'll simply paste control S. Let's go back. Now we need to create a new program called program. So we are going to create a new class called program. So I'll paste that one here. Now we'll write all our code inside this particular class called program. So here first of all we need to go and define an endpoint, topic endpoint, and then we need to update the value of topic endpoint, and then we need to go and create another property called topic key. Okay, so let me copy one string topic endpoint, second one is topic key. Okay, so let's go to the notepad where we copied the topic endpoint and topic key. I'll paste this on here. I'll copy the key from here and I'll paste here. Okay, control S. Perfect. Now next thing that we need to go and create a new, basically we are going to create a main method inside our program class. Okay, control S. Let's go back. Now observe the program.cs. So as of now our code, your program.cs file should look something like this. So far we are good. Let's work on task 3, which says publish new events. So in the main method we'll do everything. Add the following line of code to create a new variable named credentials of the topic credential using the topic key. Okay, so I'll copy this line and let me go back to the VS Code. I'll paste inside our main method. So if you see, it will take topic key as input and it will fetch the credentials. so that we can connect to our topic grid. Now add the following line of code to create a new variable named client of the type event grid client. Okay, copy this one. Let's go back and I'll paste it here. So if you see, event grid client is expecting, so the input parameter is credentials. Okay. Next, we need to add one more line to create a new variable called events of type list. So basically here we'll capture all the event list. Okay, so basically a list of type event grid events. Next, we need to add following piece of code to create a new variable named first person of an anonymous type. Okay, I'll paste this one here. So if you see, there are two parameters, name and address. Okay, at the end of the block of code to create a new variable named first event of event grid type and then populate the event grid event variable in the sample data. Okay, so I'll copy this piece of code and I'll paste this one after this. So basically here we are creating a new event. If you see, the parameters are like event ID, event type, time, subject, data and data version. Okay, now let's go back. Now we need to add the following event to the events list. Okay, copy, go back. So I'll event, if you see, event is our list which we created here. Now I'm adding one event, our first event in this list. Now add the following line of code to create a new variable named second person. Okay, we are going to create one more person. Again here also we have two properties, full name and address. So we'll go and create another event having same details like same properties, ID, event type, event time, subject and everything. Okay, now next is that again we need to add this particular event also. So basically second event to our event list. Now next that we need to add the following line of code to obtain the host name from the topic endpoint. Okay, so just copy. So it will get the endpoint from the topic endpoint. Basically it will copy, it will get the host name from the endpoint in this particular string called topic host name. Alright, now it's time to publish the event. So I'll copy this piece of code. Control V, Control S. It says your client, the instance of client, which is here, event grid client, publish event async, your topic host name and all your events. Okay, Control S. Let's go back. Now we'll add this particular line to print a message. Okay, event published. So your main method, it should look something like this. Okay, so we are good. Now save the program and run this particular piece of code by using this particular command .NET run. Observe the success message. Okay, so now we just need to run this program.cs. But before that, I will just go and run. Let me just clear. I will run this .NET build command first just to make sure that things are good, and then we'll run this particular program. So things are good. Now to run the program, the command is .NET run. So this particular program will publish two events to our event grid, and here you can see the message events published. Okay, so far we are good. Okay, now here we are done with task 3. Task 4 says that observe published events. So for that, we need to go to our web app, and then you should see employee.registration.new events, okay, that were created by your console application, okay. So let's go and verify the events. So if you see here, now you can see there are two new events, employee registration. So here also you can see the name, these two events. If you click on this particular thing, then you will see the entire JSON, everything like ID, subject, data, event type, version, and everything, okay. Now let's go back to the browser. Okay, so here we are done with exercise 3. In this one, you published new events to your event grid topic using .NET code. Okay. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.